For topic one, which is titled, What is Educational and Critical Educational Psychology? There are three things you need to do for this week. The first is a discussion 1.6, which is a teacher's knowledge base. After reading the material, you will be presented with a different picture about the role of educational psychology for teaching. In the Nezhad Vahedi reading, they are strong proponents of applying educational psychology. They believe if teachers, the more they know about ed psychology, the better they will be. Right? Fendler makes the argument that educational psychology is not actually needed for teacher education or for teaching. And in the critical educational psychology piece, I try to take a more balanced look and to recognize there's value to educational psychology, but there's also dangers to it, right? So we need to be careful. We don't necessarily have to throw out ed psychology entirely, but we need to be critical of the potential dangers, or we need to at least think about the potential dangers. So for this discussion, you need to have an initial post by Thursday, anytime on Thursday. Right? And in this initial post, I want you to have three possible dangers based on the readings. What are three, well, first you can start with what are the three values of applying educational psychology to teaching? And I list three dangers of applying ed psychology to teaching. That is due by Thursday. By Sunday, you need to respond to a peer's post, and it could be asking questions, it could be pushing their thinking, it could be adding something to what they said. So some kind of constructive response to a peer around the values and dangers of applying ed psychology. So be sure you're using the readings. You can use experience, using a variety of sources to advance this discussion and to try to create nuance about the values and dangers of applying ed psychology. So that is the discussion that's due for this week. The second thing is your statement of learning. So teachers are expected to create a philosophy of teaching. And in a philosophy of teaching, they have to have some, at least allude to, what they think learning is, right? And so people have to say, hey, what is learning, right? What is it? How does it happen? So for this is an ungraded assignment, right? But it's necessary to do in order to complete a graded assignment at the end of the semester. So this is part one. This is a statement of learning part one. It's ungraded, designed to get your raw initial ideas down about what learning is. So I want you to provide what a definition of learning is, what the outcomes of learning should be, a description of how learning happens, and a description of the best environments for learning. So what is learning? How does it happen? How do you facilitate it? This is not it's not a researched paper. No citations are required. This is you writing about 2 to 3 pages, about 700 to about 1,000 words about what you think learning is. And we will come back to this at the end of the semester. We'll do analysis of it. The third thing you need to do, the statement of learning is due by Sunday. Knowledge check is due by Sunday. Knowledge check, right? This consists of multiple choice questions. You have 3 attempts and pertaining directly to the material for this